Charlie Bahama Show. Charlie Bahama Show. Charlie Bahama Show. Charlie Bahama Show. Charlie Bahama Show.
It's the Charlie Bahama Show. Yeah.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama, and welcome to the Charlie Bahama Show. Here, our second episode here in Cuba. The first episode we were over in Santiago de Cuba, then we took a bus ride to Holguin, and here at Guadalavaca. This is the beach in Guadalavaca in Cuba. So we're gonna do a little slightly different feel today because we're on the beach here.
Pina colada.
Ah, thank you, Alvaro.
It's Jason from Bahamas Local.
Thank you, Alvaro. It's funny, this guy, he was with us at the other place too, Alvaro. But anyway, we are here. Let me have a little sip to start the show. Aye. You know, they put all that nice Cuban rum. They make good Cuban rum. Of course, they have the beautiful Cuban cigars, Cuban mujeres, and so much here in Cuba. The Cuban coffee, of course. But we're going to be on a catamaran today. A little different twist today. We're going to go to an island where they say there's a safari. So that's going to be interesting to see what they have on that island. And of course, Orlando will be on our show. You know Orlando from last week's episode. Hablando con Orlando. I mean, speaking with Orlando, he knows so much. So we're going to have him on the show because I think people want to see him instead of me. Right? I hope not. Anyway, this show is going to be exciting. Right here, seeing different things, and of course we want to thank Havanatur for bringing us here, Havanatur Bahamas, and Bahamas Air. Like I told you last time, Bahamas Air flies here to Cuba, so you want to get here to Cuba from Nassau, Bahamas Air is your way. Okay, so more Charlie Bahama from Cuba. The Charlie Bahama Show is brought to you by KFC. Ignite your senses with the exciting flavors of KFC. And brought to you by Superwash, where they washes you, dries you, presses you 24/7. And brought to you by Havanatur Bahamas, your Cuba specialist. The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back. Keep up with all things Charlie Bahama by following Charlie Bahama on all our social media pages. Get behind-the-scenes access to Bahamian and international celebrities, along with travel info, tips, photography, and video. Like, share, and follow Charlie Bahama on all social media platforms. And subscribe to our Charlie Bahama YouTube page to catch up on all past episodes and bonus clips. You can also go to charliebahama.com anytime. We always keep the lights on. The Charlie Bahama Show. All that same flair with a little less hair.
Yeah.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good. Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here at Superwash. And you know how Superwash always have the latest and greatest model of washer and dryer? Well, they thought it's about time they get the latest supermodel as well.
Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Charlie Banana. Just because Superwash always changing and upgrading their machines, I mean they gotta change those spokesmen. They got the newest washer and dryer, and they're always upgrading all their locations. And these two models, they ain't gotta change. Superwash, they washes you, cleans you, presses you 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and we are here on our second episode in Cuba with my friend Orlando on the new Hablando con Orlando show. Not the Charlie Bahama Show. Hablando
con Orlando. Thank you, Charlie. You're making famous every day.
Yeah, you're making me famous.
Oh yes, thank you. Thank you. Each other. So it is very good to me. Very good to meet you again every day. In Cuba, in Holguin.
¿Dónde?
In Cayo Saetia, finally Cayo Saetia for this excursion, this paradise, this island paradise. We call this in Cayo Saetia. Remember, we have this an exotic island. It's a virgin island full of exotic animal brought in order to have this open zoo with very foreign animals. We have camels, we have antelope from Africa. Yeah, the black antelope. The black antelope. Mr. Hemingway used to hunt, for instance, in Africa. And we have also sometimes wild porks. We have many other zebra. And imagine even in an ostrich you can see when you open the window of your rooms here. Yeah, because we have a
behind
hotel.
us?
We have a little hotel here, a natural hotel. In Cayo Saetia, the project is to conserve the environment. It's a very big environmental project. So that's why Cayo Saetia is amazing. Northern coast of the Cuban island Holguin. And remember, this morning is anything, just snorkeling, is hunting, is eating, is drinking. So you drink?
No.
No.
Not on the boat.
No, the boat. No, on the boat.
I don't want to fall off.
Out the boat.
Yes.
Out of the boat. Okay, later we are going to make it. And I am so glad to meet you again for your show, my show.
Yes,
my show now. My God, my people in Santiago de Cuba are killing me or are loving me more and more. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to live since now. They are seeing me now. The lady from Bahamas. I do adore Bahamas, Nassau, Jamaica. Remember, this is diaspora, the Caribbean. We are representing the Caribbean here in Holguin.
I don't need to talk.
See Rebecca, see Sintash, and we are so sorry. We are missing now for a few minutes.
Bougie.
Michelita. But see that man has to be here. Right here.
Yes, next time. Billy from Havanatur Bahamas.
Havanatur Bahamas.
Everybody loves Billy.
And remember, Charlie, we are celebrating the 45th anniversary of Havanatur.
Yes.
We
don't worry. We won't forget that. We won't forget that.
Okay.
But
it's a part of the journey.
It's part of the journey. And Havanatur has brought us here with an amazing itinerary, and we got a lot more. So I'm going to show you a lot more here in Cuba on our second episode. All right. So come along.
If you want more Charlie Bahama, go to any of our social media pages or subscribe to the Charlie Bahama YouTube page. Have you ever dreamed about visiting the beautiful island of Cuba? Havanatur Bahamas is your passport to adventure, beauty, culture, and history with direct flights from Nassau to Cuba. Whether it's for medical travel, weddings, or vacation, Havanatur Bahamas arranges everything from car rentals to hotels, apartments, or tours in your language. Explore the old city of Havana, historic Santiago de Cuba, or the beaches of Varadero. See how the world-famous Cuban cigars and rum are made. Havanatur Bahamas, the one and only Cuba specialist. Contact Havanatur Bahamas and start your Cuba adventure today.
Well, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and I'm getting sad because this is the last segment of Hablando con Orlando because tomorrow we go to Havana and you have to go back to Santiago de Cuba.
Santiago de Cuba. Tomorrow is my back to Santiago de Cuba. But Charlie, anyway, I admire you because you heard me anyway. You have a cup of champagne. It's a celebration. Anyway, despite this is the last segment. Anyway, we are celebrating. Yes. Remember the 45th anniversary of Havanatur. See behind us is all this sky, those boats, those clouds on the water, the big pool of the Brisa Sierra Mar, this hotel Brisa Sierra Mar is a big fiesta. You see have you seen the beach? The beach is
everything.
The beach is full of everything. Many things, many cups, it's full of bottle, chicharrones, many things, tropic and traditional food, Cuban food. So go ahead.
We're going to go. We're going to go.
Okay.
I'm going to show you a lot of footage of all this party because it is a celebration here. Havanatur Bahamas brought us here. And, it's amazing. From here, we go on to Havana. And then we go back to the Bahamas on Bahamas Air with Havanatur. But tell me, with you Santiago de Cuba is in your heart?
Santiago de Cuba is my land, it's my birthplace. Of course, it's in my heart, it's in my mind, it's in my blood. Imagine, I am Santiaguero. We call this a Santiaguero. Santiaguero is inhabitant. Santiago de Cuba inhabitant. So Santiago de Cuba is in my blood, it's in my mind, it's in my heart. And we love Santiago de Cuba because Santiago de Cuba is the cradle of many things, many traditions. Remember, began there in Santiago.
But there's more because Havanatur Bahamas can take you to Santiago de Cuba.
Excellent, to Santiago de Cuba. We are nearby. Also Havana, also Holguin. But Santiago also. Imagine, you have a Nassau or Torque and Caicos. Never mind. No, it doesn't mind. You are so close, and we are in Santiago waiting for you. Remember, Havanatur for whatever.
So,
remember our destinations, many destinations in the Caribbean, but Santiago de Cuba, please don't forget Santiago de Cuba.
No. And when you come, you must see Orlando, hablando con Orlando. Now, we have had, pasado hablando con Orlando, but I think tonight, the Fiesta de Música, we're going to have Bailando de Orlando.
And now it's Bailando con Orlando. Con los pasos, remember los pasos, the movement of the salsa music. Remember, make it, do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. On the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. La cadencia, the melody of our music. Remember, from Santiago de Cuba, where it was born. It was born the salsa, the base of the salsa music. El son. El bolero, la trova. We visited La Trova, I remember the first day, where Buena Vista Social Club was born there in Santiago de Cuba. And then the salsa is just the last result, the mix of all the rhythms in Santiago, in Cuba, and around the Caribbean Sea. Don't forget this, so that's why you can make it very, very easy. In some minutes, you learn the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are people taking years for that. And you took that in minutes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, please, Charlie. Thank you,
because
Charlie. I want
teacher-
to thanks. Charlie, I want to thanks for this presentation, for this Hablando con Orlando. You made me happy. And it is difficult to make happy Orlando. You made me happy and famous. And I never was famous. I never were famous in
You're
Cuba.
fantastic.
It's fantastic.
You were a great host, and I tell you all, when you come, Havanatur Bahamas, you come on Bahamas Air, and you come and see Orlando. Okay?
Okay, Charlie.
Okay,
Thanks
so
a lot.
now, thank you. And so
Okay.
now we go Fiesta and
Now we go
Posible,
to fiesta.
Posible Bailando
Posible
with
Bailando con
the
Orlando now.
mujeres de Bahamas Air. We have to
Many
try and get them.
mujeres.
The ladies of Bahamas Air, we have to get them to
From
dance.
Bahamas.
And the Dominican Republic.
From the Bahamas, from the Dominican Republic, for every island in our Caribbean, Charlie. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Women are there. But remember the Cuban women also to dance the salsa music, to dance the song music. Remember, it's a fiesta, this
know
big
it's a fiesta.
45th anniversary of Havanatur, please.
Yes.
Don't forget it.
No, we won't forget.
Okay.
We can't forget.
Jesus,
With Orlando, we cannot forget. All right, so now we're going to go to the fiesta. I'll show you some cuts of that. And then from here, we go to Havana, okay? So until next time, Havanatur Bahamas. More Charlie Bahama right after this.
The Charlie Bahama Show is brought to you by KFC. Ignite your senses with the exciting flavors of KFC. And brought to you by Superwash, where they washes you, dries you, presses you 24/7. And brought to you by Havanatur Bahamas, your Cuba specialist. The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
Everybody's heard of BahamasLocal.com, but there's still some people out there that don't know how Bahamas Local can help them and their business. Well, it's simple. There are millions of people around the world and around the Bahamas that are looking for your business, your product, and your service. Take, for instance, a young bride-to-be looking for a wedding planner in the Out Islands, or a guy in the Bahamas needing to buy himself a new car. Whatever it is they're looking for, they always look for it first at BahamasLocal.com. Call or go online now to get your company listed today.
Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and now we are here in Havana with Jorge, who is our tour guide. Now, Jorge, over in Santiago de Cuba, in Holguin, we had Orlando. Fantastic. I call him Hablando con Orlando. He was amazing. But so far, you have been amazing too, showing us around Havana. So tell us where we are right now.
Okay, so first of all, welcome to Havana. It's a pleasure to meet with you in this place, which is called Revolution Square. It's considered to be a political center of Cuba, which the main building is a monument to Cuban national hero Jose Marti, including the tower and this monument. All the buildings around are government buildings, are different ministers. This is in the Vedado neighborhood.
Yeah. Now, you also said when we were driving in here, you were telling us that in Havana, that's where the majority of people live, right? In Havana?
Actually, 20% of Cuban total population live in Havana. Havana is over 2 million people, in Cuba about 11 million, and it's a very crowded city compared to Mexico City and Tokyo as well.
Yeah, wow. And as you can see, we're hurrying up because the weather has been beautiful the entire time. Today we leave, and now the rain comes.
We're still in rainy season in Cuba.
Yeah.
It ends in November.
Wow. So we're going to hurry up with this interview. But now you took us for a walk, and I will show footage. I'll show you footage of where we were before, and that was in the, where were we earlier today?
We visit historical center of Havana, which is under UNESCO protection since 1982. It's restored, and we are very proud of our old city, which is we can show you and enjoy the restoration. This is what we did today. We also visit the Museum of Cuban Rum. In this case, Havana Club. It's an amazing rum in Cuba.
Yeah, we went to, when we were over in Santiago de Cuba, we went to the Santiago de Cuba, so we have some of that, and now we have this. So I've been drinking a lot of rum. I've had more rum on this trip than my entire year.
Good for you, my friend. You did well.
Yes.
You're healthy.
Vinchero.
We call rum vitamin R. Yeah? It's a vitamin. So Santiago is Cuba's second largest city,
right.
The former Cuban capital before Havana.
Right.
It's a good city, but more Caribbean than Havana.
Right.
More Caribbean influence because
Right.
of history, you know. But Havana is the capital of Cuba since 1553, and we are in north, Santiago is south.
Right. And I guess Havana was built up more because back in the day, the mafia, right?
Back mostly in the 40s, 50s, it was controlled by the mafia, Lansky, Trafficanti, Luca Luciano, they all were running the business, casinos, gambling houses in Havana, cabaret shows, everything there.
Yeah. Well, it's so beautiful. I must say the architecture here in Cuba is amazing. Unfortunately, some of it, is a little older. It's hard to keep up, but it's the architecture is amazing.
The architecture is amazing. As well, you see very high Spanish influence, but we try to restore whole city, but it takes time. It needs money, and they did a lot in the old town, but still work to do.
Yeah. And the cars are beautiful. I'm going to show you a lot of footage here with some music, a little montage of Havana here now. Woo, the rain, you can hear the thunder. Eh?
Yeah, I hear. But anyway, we are very proud of our rolling museum. It's unique in the world.
Yes, the rolling museums are the old cars.
Old cars, I'm talking about old cars.
Yeah, the mechanics here, they must be amazing.
They are amazing. They make parts at home. They fix the cars on the street, everything.
Yeah. The only thing, though, which was crazy for us to see was the long lines for fuel.
It's today there is a problem with the fuel because you know the war Russia and Ukraine. We used to get fuel from Russia. This is hard to get fuel from Cuba, and even the embargoes in between. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're feeling it here. Well, Jorge, you did an amazing job.
Thank you. No,
Orlando was fantastic, and Jorge is fantastic. Everybody was
I'd
wonderful.
like to tell you, thank you very much for coming, for visiting us, and join us.
Yes.
Thank you. I wish you the best, my
Thank
friends.
you. Thank you. So here's some footage of Havana, okay, with some music.
Yeah.
Charlie Bahama.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Charlie Bahama Show. 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 Charlie Bahama Show.
The Charlie Bahama Show is brought to you by KFC. Ignite your senses with the exciting flavors of KFC. And brought to you by Superwash, where they washes you, dries you, presses you 24/7. And brought to you by Havanatur Bahamas, your Cuba specialist. If you want more Charlie Bahama, go to any of our social media pages or subscribe to the Charlie Bahama YouTube page. Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here at Superwash. And you know how Superwash always have the latest and greatest model of washer and dryer? Well, they thought it's about time they get the latest supermodel as well.
Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Charlie Banana. Just because Superwash always changing and upgrading their machines, I mean they gotta change those spokes, but they got the newest washer and dryer, and they're always upgrading all their locations. And these two models, they ain't gonna change. Superwash, they washes you, cleans you, presses you 24/7.
Hey, thanks for watching the Charlie Bahama Show here in Havana now. But our 2 episodes in Cuba were fantastic. Santiago de Cuba, Holguin, and now Havana. You know, it's just an amazing time. So I want to thank Bahamas Air for flying us here. Of course, Havanatur Bahamas, because they put this whole thing together. So you want to come to Cuba, go to Havanatur Bahamas, and they could put together an amazing itinerary. And also tagging along, we've been tagging along with Bahamas Local. So you go to Bahamas Local and you can see some of the stuff here from Cuba. And of course, go to Charlie Bahama YouTube, because we have to condense these interviews, all right? Because there's a lot of stuff that you've been seeing, and I hope you enjoyed the trip here with Charlie Bahama. You know, so go to the YouTube, go to Instagram, you can see a lot more. And, you know, I want to thank, obviously, Orlando, Hablando con Orlando. Ooh, you hear that thunder? See, we had an amazing 1 week here, and now we're ready to leave today. And so the thunder is like coming in to like sweep us out of here, you know. But it's just been beautiful here. I hope you enjoyed it. And of course, Jorge in Havana. So Orlando and Santiago, and Jorge here in Havana, and all the Cuban people, because even though, you know, they don't have as much, it's poorer here. There is some enterprise going on, but, you know, the majority, I see a lot of people, they live, you know, right on the edge, but they have such pride, and that's the one thing I admire. They have pride in their music, they have pride in their food, their culture, their tobacco, their rum. I mean, when they describe it, this is like, you know, a masterpiece for them. And the government, from the top down, they really put respect into their artists and their cultural heroes, and that's something that, you know, I hope we do more in the Bahamas too. You know, really, you know, people come here to Cuba, they don't come here to see American or Bahamas, they come here for Cuba, and that's what we have to remember in the Bahamas. When they come to see Bahamas and Bahamians. So we want more Bahamian music, more Bahamian art, poetry, you know, I mean, even the theater, all of that. That's what we got to big up in the Bahamas more. So, hey, until next time, you know, keep watching the Charlie Bahama Instagrams, YouTubes, and all the social media. All right? Charlie Bahama, next time.
Charlie Bahama Show. 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 Charlie Bahama Show.
Yeah.